In a filtering phase, attention does not disappear. It becomes selective. This is where many options quietly lose their chance, even though they are still visible. Ranking positions may remain familiar overall, but familiarity does not guarantee survival. Filtering begins when viewers stop exploring freely and start repeating fewer choices. This is not a single decision. It forms through repeated behavior over time. Titles that cannot hold attention repeatedly across similar moments begin to fall behind quietly. They may still receive views, but those views fail to connect into habit. Without habit, momentum cannot form. And without momentum, long-term movement becomes unlikely. Another group filtered out early is content driven by novelty. Initial interest can create visibility, but novelty fades quickly. When viewers do not return with the same intent, attention resets instead of accumulating. The ranking may hold temporarily, but the structure beneath it weakens. Filtering does not punish novelty immediately. It simply stops reinforcing it over time. Filtering also changes how scale matters, yet hold them longer during this phase. Depth matters more than reach, even if rankings do not reflect it yet. This is why filtering often feels invisible. Nothing drops sharply. Nothing rises clearly, yet possibilities are being removed. One by one, the field becomes narrower, not through direct competition, but through repetition. What remains is not the most visible, but the most consistently chosen. Many assume filtering selects winners, but its real function is elimination. It reduces the number of viable paths, so that momentum can later concentrate. Titles filtered out are not always weak. They simply fail to convert attention into routine, and routine is what allows growth to align over time. Because rankings show outcomes, not selection pressure. Filtering rarely looks dramatic, yet by the time it finishes, the future direction is already constrained. What survives this phase carries forward potential. What does not is unlikely to recover later, even if it briefly appears again, once filtering has reduced the field. The system becomes more sensitive to alignment. Small differences in consistency begin to matter more. Attention no longer spreads evenly. It starts to favor familiar paths. This does not create movement yet, but it prepares the conditions for it by limiting how many options remain viable. This is why filtering matters before any breakout. It decides what can move later, long before movement becomes visible. By the time rankings begin to respond, the structure has already chosen its direction. Many outcomes feel sudden only because the elimination happened quietly beforehand. In the next step, we examine how these conditions lead to common misreads. When changes are mistaken for breakouts,